Well, film is one of the more collaborative art forms, often requiring a broad spectrum of disciplines, including writing, acting, music, and visual design, just to name a few. And it's an industry that's in search of people with just those skills right here in Oklahoma. Our Austin Moore takes a look at what's driving that growth.
Movies. They make us laugh.
He hates these cans! Stay away from the cans!
Dad?
They make us cry.
Dad, come on. You gotta get up. Dad.
They put our fears front and center. And they remind us of the greatness to which we aspire.
Now, we all have our favorite movie, our favorite scene, our favorite actor. But for some, just watching isn't enough. They have to be a part of this collaborative art form.
You know, the level of intimacy between the people that work together as far as filmmakers and, you know, the directors that bring this whole thing together, they're really out to make it out for the people. And that's really cool to me.
I met student Russ McDonald during a panel discussion about the Oklahoma film industry at this year's Dead Center Film Festival.
I've always been passionate about the film industry. I actually got into Francis Tuttle to learn how to work with cameras and audio and learn how to master editing software so that I could, you know, hopefully be a part of all this.
And to listen to this panel, Russ is in the right state.
So we were really solid about shooting here. I've done a lot of location films, and I know how much production value you get from being in the actual place, not only from locations, but from casting.
Director Maura Anderson is currently in post-production with her film, Heartland, shot entirely in Oklahoma.
Wouldn't I be safer where you are? Seems safer away from the window.
You're fine. Dorothy never got in a tub. Well, Dorothy wound up in Oz.
There's just no way to imitate it, really. I mean, we came out unscouted, and you just can't find that stuff, you know, in California or anywhere else. It's a gorgeous state.
They want to come to Oklahoma, and they want to shoot. They want to film here because Oklahoma hasn't been seen as much as Louisiana or Georgia or other places.
Tavasovsky is the director of Oklahoma's Film and Music Office. Among her duties, administering the state's film incentive program.
If they shoot in the state of Oklahoma and have a minimum budget of $50,000 and a local spend of a minimum of $25,000, then they are eligible to utilize the 35% cash rebate.
Despite some controversy, the Oklahoma legislature recently renewed this incentive through 2024. Tavasovsky believes this is because of the broad impact film and television can have on a local economy.
People usually think, why should the state offer this cash rebate program if it's only going to affect the film community? But there's so much more to it. There's that whole multiplier effect for, you know, caterers and bakers and seamstresses and so forth. So I think that it's important for people to know that for them to work in this industry, if you anything that you love to do, style hair, apply makeup, that there's something for them. And so films, televisions, commercials, music videos, all of that is helping grow our industry.
Grow strong enough that Tulsa has now added its own office of film, music, arts, and culture. Abby Curran is the director.
People are drawn to cities with a strong arts and culture scene. When you leave the office, what do? You want to go visit a museum. You want to see a great exhibit. You're going to go see a band at a venue. Not only is that economic development in terms of job creation, but it's also a culture of life, and it lets people not only love your city, but want to stay there too.
You got them big dreams, don't you, boy? Ain't nothing funnier than a boy in his dreams. You'll figure that out soon enough.
Another film screened at Dead Center was Hollis, directed by Oklahoma City's Sonny Priest.
Hollis, you ever want to leave? I like here. Better than hospital, I like here.
Our funding was Oklahoma, our actors were Oklahoma, our music was Oklahoma, our whole crew was from Oklahoma. This is an Oklahoma movie by Oklahomans for Oklahomans.
Do you feel encouraged by the environment that we have here in Oklahoma City and then across the state really as a whole?
Absolutely. As Oklahoma filmmakers, we are very encouraged by Oklahoma taxpayers and politicians getting in line and saying, hey, we care about the arts. We care about not only the arts, but we know that it's hard to get these things done. So they say that there's actually a 6 times multiplier on film rebates. So every time you spend $1 on a film, you get that back 6 times in the community through taxes, through just services and everything like that. Our film's all Oklahoma. We spent all of our money in Oklahoma. So all the money we spent on it, there's no telling how much actual revenue is gross for the city, for the state, through taxes, through people, beyond just our film.
But more than simply revenue, this industry is creating opportunity for those with inspiration and ambition.
My plan is to be like the next Walt Disney if I can. Making the dreams and imaginations of other people come to life is what it's all about.
And that's the stuff movies are made of.
Now, if you'd like to learn more about filmmaking in the state, Oklahoma's Film and Music Office does a great job with regular email blasts about all the latest work and happenings going on all across Oklahoma, plus some sneak peeks at upcoming projects. Now, to see that, plus the Film Office's latest locations reel, which incidentally is a great example of just some of the beauty Oklahoma has to offer, just head to our value-added section of our website where I have links to both.